What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Mobile Hunter channel. I'm Chris Leppert, and today I want to go over what's in my pack for my 2025 Western hunt. I drew a tag out in Colorado to go chase some elk, and I think I've got just about the most light packable, functional gear that you can find on the market. There's a couple things I think I'd like to upgrade, and I'll get into that. I am going to film this in phases. I will not be able to film and show you everything on this little workbench. I'm actually going to lay it on my kitchen table that is 7 foot 10 inches long and about 3 feet wide, just to show you everything that I'm fitting in and on this pack. One thing that I haven't mentioned yet is that I will likely be bringing the tent out of the bag and in between the lid and the bag, because I'll have to fit some camera gear that I'm currently using to film this in the bag. But I just wanted to give you a good idea. I know not everybody, most people are not carrying a nice camera and a lens with them. I'm going to be carrying two, so I'll need to fit one of those in there, along with, you know, some things to wipe that off. I apologize if I ramble. I just want to give you my thoughts on everything that I have here. First and foremost, before we get into the pack, I've got my little bino harness here. I've got my Hawk Endurance 12x50s. So we'll just go ahead and pitch that out of the way, because I think that's kind of important. That's going to be, you know, on me. So we'll just kind of get that out of the way. And then first and foremost, we've got our bow, quiver, and arrows. These aren't the arrows I'll be using. These are Kanadis. I'm in the middle of a pretty nice arrow build that I think I've settled on, and they're actually the new Easton 5.0s. I've got 171 grains up front in those, so I'm really excited. They're super light, good FOC, and built really stout. But for the purpose of the video, I wanted to show the quiver held some arrows well. This is the Talon from Conquest Archery. You can turn it upside down, whatever you want, and you know, be able to remove it easily for when you set your bow or your pack down. And then we have the Elite Era right here. It's a carbon bow. It's got a couple of back bar and a front bar from Conquest Archery as well. We've got the hookup custom bowstrings, Sword Sniper Pro for the sight, Hamskia Trinity. One neat thing that I did want to mention on this bow that I think is a game changer is I took the cord here to my drop away rest, and instead of using the stupid little thing that comes with it to keep it taut, I actually put a Prusik knot on it, and it literally has not moved. And I used it all last season, killed a gorgeous buck late season with it. So we'll go ahead and take this off the pack. I think it is one more thing that I think is worthy to note. Actually, two, we do have a sight light on there, but I'm pretty sure I got to take that off. I've got the locking buckle on this EXO pack here. It's perfect for carrying your bow. So we're going to go ahead and detach that and get it out of the way and kind of just dive into this as best we can. Oh. So, first and foremost, we'll go ahead and show you the side, and we'll just kind of go through everything as we unpack the pack, and then I will set it out upstairs on the kitchen table. So I've got some pretty nice Argali trekking poles. These actually attach together to be able to pitch the tent I bought, and we'll get into that. I have the Asiac, I think it's called like the BackCountry or something. Yeah, BackCountry light tripod. I can't exactly remember what the name of this head is, and of course the name is nowhere to be found currently, but it's not super important. It's a little fluid head that helps me move the spotting scope. I'm not shooting a rifle from this, so we're not really worried about that. This is super nice, by the way, super light. I did want to show you that, you know, for those in the East that follow our channel, these are extremely nice. They just twist and extend, and they do not move. I've used this all over the country, and it's just about as nice as it gets. Make sure I don't have anything down in here. Now we'll go over to this side. I have, this could be kind of trickier to get out, but this is my digiscope. I am going to try a couple different ones out just to compare them, but this has been the best that I've found on the market so far. But it is not the most light or packable. I think that's probably going to go to the mag view. This is the Nova Grade double gripper. We've got the Peaks Duo headlamp. This is by far my favorite light on the market for the mobile hunter, and it's pretty up there for Western hunting. Some of the guys say that it's heavy. They're definitely counting ounces, and I get that. I know that you have to do that in some situations. So, but this is my favorite, hands down. They claim a 59-hour runtime on the lowest setting, which is the red setting, but it's very easy to recharge. You've got a single battery to haul around. I love it, and I don't feel the need, like the whole red light thing. I wish they would have just made, you know, a blue light or something with a little more light to it, I guess. The whole red light for hunting is bullshit. That's marketing. You're hunting a colorblind animal, so unless you're hunting birds, the red light means absolutely nothing. So don't get caught up into that. But this is an amazing light. I chose to go with a couple other hip pouches on the XO pack, and I have a power bank and a cord. And then in this one, we've got my release and the endurance rangefinder from Hawk. Nothing in there. So I'm going to move all this stuff out of the way, and then we're going to start unpacking the pack. I guess I should, however, tell you, for those of you that don't know, this is the XO K4 frame with the 2200 bag. My God, it is phenomenal. Guys, real quick, before we get into the rest of our video, if you're looking for a place to try the best gear on the market when it comes to hunting whitetails, we have the Mobile Hunters Expo. We've got 2 shows this year. Dalton, Georgia, August 8th through 10, and Wilmington, Ohio, August 22 through 24. You can try saddles, sticks, stands, platforms, accessories, all kinds of different items. And the coolest part is you can buy it right on the spot and walk out the door with it, knowing that your hard-earned dollars went to something cool. You've got a deer camp feel, and then on top of that, one of the cool things about our show is we care a lot about actually, you know, being successful in the woods. It's not all about gear or just hanging out when you have nothing better to do. We invite the best whitetail hunters in existence that are known to our show to help teach us and everybody in that building how to be a better whitetail hunter. You won't find anything like this on the planet. It's put together by hunters for hunters. Come check it out. All right, so as we unpack this, you know, hopefully this helps somebody, you know, maybe pick out some gear or make a slightly better, more informed decision on something, because the majority of the things in this pack, including the pack, are very expensive. It is not cheap, but in my opinion, you are not going to find high-level products made by high-level people for low-level dollars. That wouldn't make sense. So we'll get into it a little bit here. So we'll tell you what's in the lid. So top pouch, we've got easy to access stuff here. I've got a few wipes in here just to clean the man parts, armpits, stuff like that. Got a lighter just in case we need fire for some reason. I keep my Chipotle napkins and all the napkins from any fast food place. For toilet paper, kind of recycle there. We've got some eye drops. We've got a few ibuprofen, Garmin Messenger, my trekking pole caps that I still need to put back on, and then the little connector from Argali. And then, so that's all for that lid. And then in this next lid, we basically have all of our, or most of our food. So we've got camp spoon, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 meals. And then another thing I had stuffed in there that I'll keep with this stuff actually, it's just a tiny little bit of Aquaphor, keep you from rubbing yourself raw, chafing when you're doing all that hiking and sweating, and you're not able to go to like a hotel or whatever and shower off. So that's all for that lid. I'm gonna go ahead and remove this lid just so it's out of the way, so I can show you guys the next couple of items. It actually removes about as easy as it can get. We'll just set that over here next to the big boy, while hopefully not destroying the plant life that was created. Um, so in this top pouch on the bag here, and this pack does not come with that lid. I had to order it separate, but it adds something like 640 extra cubic inches to it, and gives you the ability to compress things in between the pack and the lid. So I thought, well, that's a no-brainer. I'll never use that for whitetails unless I'm doing sort of an adventure hunt where I'm packing in. But this is going to be a great whitetail pack. That being said, in here, we've got our knife sharpener. I am going to try to upgrade. This is one of the pieces of gear I felt that could be better. I don't even know what angle this is. I'm pretty sure I need a 20-degree angle for my knife. So if anybody has some suggestions, please don't say a strap. I'm not carrying a leather belt into the woods. That's not going to happen. But if you do have like a good field sharpener that might help when I'm boning out an elk or something, that would be great. And then we have the game bags from Born and Raised Outdoors. I don't know how you get better than these. I've got the Argali ones. They're great. These just seem a head taller than everything else. They zip and unzip. They're the shape of a quarter. They're phenomenal. And then I have a lightweight little packable saw that I've had forever from Outdoor Edge that came with a knife my uncle got me. And then I just got this. I'm really excited about it. I've always had the knife that went with this saw, and it's bulky and heavy, very, very heavy, ounces and ounces heavier than this. And this thing just seems slick as hell. It's got a great little sheath that it pops right into. It's very lightweight. It's got great grip. And I think it's going to be the perfect style knife for boning out those animals. And then the saw, I pop all the hip joints and everything, knee joints, but this will be for sawing the antlers off. I will probably add a scalpel and 2 blades to the pack to be able to um, cape out an elk or a deer. That way you can just skull cap them, and you're literally taking way less weight with you. So that is all for that lid. I'll go ahead and get all this stuff out of the way, and we'll show you what's in the pack. Kind of break the pack down for you a little bit, because in my opinion, it's about as good as it gets, especially for my situation. So, all right, we're getting into the meat and potatoes now, finally. Gonna zip this lid up, and then we'll go ahead and slowly start to unzip this. One of the things I do think I'm actually going to add to this as well is the Nalgene holder that clips onto the side of the waist belt here. I have to have coffee. That's a must, which goes into the first thing I'm going to pull out of here. This is the Mugmate. I believe it's made by MSR. Yep, there it is. MSR. It's like a little percolator or whatever you want to call it. You throw your coffee grounds in there and pour your boiling water in there over your thermos mug, whatever, and you've got fresh coffee. There's nothing like drinking coffee while waiting for the sun to come up. Next, one of the better lightweight, packable, but also very budget friendly, in my opinion, setups you can have for any kind of backcountry or adventure hunt. You've got, let me make sure I'm not crazy here. So this is the 500 mil Toaks titanium pot. No, excuse me, I'm stupid. Just read. It's the 750 mil. I thought that's what I had, but I could only see 500 on here for some reason. This is the Toaks 750 milliliter titanium pot. In it, I have a few paper towels only to keep everything else from rattling. You never know when you might need something to start a fire and stuff as well, or simply to wipe your face or a dish. We've got the MSR Pocket Rocket Deluxe, and then inside here you've got your legs, and we have our little can of gas. All right, as we unzip the main compartment, we have a Tyvek sheet to lay our air mattress on, our little inflatable mat. For my camera and lenses protection, I have a dry bag stuffed in here. That way, if we get into some kind of crazy shitstorm with weather, I can keep those dry and protect them. They're very expensive, so I don't want anything happening to them. Next, something that I'm really excited about. I've set this up already. It just came out not long ago, back in March maybe, and I just got it in about 2 weeks ago. This is the Argali Apsaroka 4-person tent, and it's the Pro version, so it's made out of Dyneema. It's very, very nice. I also ordered the half insert. I have no, Mr. Brooks, why are you not making a full insert? I don't know. Maybe educate me on that if you watch this. I have a platypus water filter. And inside the bag, I have the 3-liter platypus bladder with the hose. I put a little stealth strip on the hose to camo it and kill the sheen, but we'll get into that in a second. Next is another thing that I am beyond elated to share with you. We will have full video reviews of every individual item in this pack as well, because again, I believe everything in here just about is the best thing you can find for lightweight packable options. This is my 20 degree 900 fill power down quilt made by Zenbivy. It packs down into the bottom of my pack, keeps all the heavier weight stuff up top, and let me tell you, this paired with the sheet that they make that goes over your sleeping pad, and then the sleeping pad that I'm going to show you in a second, I don't think you get better. Now, it's expensive. It costs money because it's light and very warm, but what do you want? Like, do you want to stay warm and carry less weight or what? You don't have to. I want to. So that's what I choose to invest in. Here is the little sheet that goes on there, and I'll show you how all this stuff works and looks in here. We'll throw some clips in there. That is all that is in this part of the main compartment. There is a pocket up here in the top of the pack. I've got my hunting license in there that I'm not going to show on camera. We'll get that out of the way, and then I'll probably keep a couple of items in there just to, kind of keep them safe. But that is all that's in that part of the pack, other than, let's kind of move some of this stuff out of the way so we can show you, because I think this is a very notable part of the pack that needs discussed. So, like I said, I have the platypus bladder in here, got the hose. You've got the hanging attachment right here on your pack. There's 3 liters of water in here. I wanted to see how everything packed up inside this pack with the water in it. Obviously, you'd be stupid not to. But one thing I wanted to hit on with the pack is this is actually like a waterproof material. So you can stuff a wet tent down inside there or whatever, and then again, let's say you bust your water bladder. It doesn't leak out onto your clothes, tent, bag, whatever. And there is a grommet in the bottom. Let's see if I can show that off well enough. It's right here. Just creates a nice little hole where your water can just run right out. So I feel like that's super functional. Now we're going to get into the side pockets. And I'll do a review on this pack. I haven't showed all the features, but I want to give you a pack dump video, not a review on everything that ever existed in the world. So these side pouches are really made for like your spotting scope and stuff like that. But in this one, we do have the Hawk Endurance. Little cap fell off down there. We've got the Hawk Endurance 15 to 45. It's a nice, lightweight, compact spotter that's going to do the job that I need it to do. I'm not a professional glasser by any means. I'm not your optic guy that sits and glasses all the animals up and all that. But it is nice to get footage of the animals with a digiscope and be able to tell roughly what they are from a really long distance away. And then just kind of move this over here so we can turn this around. Oh, we're getting down to the end of the storage here. So this side pocket has one thing. This is the Nemo Tensor Extreme regular wide sleeping mat. It's inflatable. It has little heat reflection whatever inside it, probably some kind of foil or something like that. Tiny little plastic mirrors, whatever you want to call them. I'm not the guy that invented it. I'm just trying to explain it. But it has an R value of like 8.5. For those of you that don't understand, mostly Eastern people are going to see this. When you're looking at how to keep warm when you sleep, stop buying all the shitty 0-degree bags on sale that aren't even 0-degree bags. This is your foundation. Get something like this. Again, I don't know everything about everything on the market, but I'm pretty sure this is as good as it gets when it comes to a sleeping pad. Again, when you're talking about weight, packability, and then how warm it's going to be. And it's fairly wide as well. It's perfect. So with that being said, I'll show you everything laid out on basically an 8-foot table. It's like 8 foot by 3 foot, minus a couple inches here and there. And you'll have an idea of how much that you can put in and on your pack. And we still have a good amount of room in this pack to put things. I just got to do a little better job and practice a little more at finding places for things and being a little more efficient. Let's check it out. Well, our regularly scheduled program is on hold until the rain lets up. Alrighty, let's take us a little walk inside here. Everything went in this pack and that lid right there. We've got the Zen Bivy sleep, the light quilt. We've got the sheet. We've got our mattress, Tyvek, tarp, pad, whatever you want to call it, sheet. We've got a Garmin Messenger, power cord, power bank, Peak Steel headlamp, hunting license, wipes, eye drops, Aquaphor, lighter, accessories for the trekking poles, ibuprofen, toilet paper, knife, sharpener, saw, game bags, meals. All these meals here. We got our filled 3-liter bladder. We've got the platypus filter, the dry bag for the Zen Bivy quilt, and then a dry bag for my camera and lenses in case it rains. We've got our release rangefinder, mug mate from MSR to make our coffee, stove and pot inside the orange container there, little netting. Got our spoon, got the Hawk Endurance 15 to 45. Since we started filming this morning, I added the mag view instead of the Nova grade. It's pretty badass. We'll do a review on that as well. And then of course the Elite Arrow with all the stuff on it there. And then, of course, our trekking poles and the new Argali Absaroka Pro. Alrighty guys, last thing to show you before we are done with this video, all the things that I pulled out of that pack. And I'll hit on this more in the actual review of the pack, but we're gonna weight test it and everything, but just wanted to show something off that always annoyed me with a lot of other packs. Look at what this compresses down to. I mean, that's pretty good. So you can basically treat this as a really small minimalistic day pack. You can have your water in there, a meal or two, some snacks, kill kit, etc. Pretty excited to use this fall out west. So hope you guys enjoyed the pack dump video. If you want more of something similar to that, let me know. Otherwise, I will literally have a review on every single item in this pack that you saw in this video on our channel here in the next couple weeks. Thanks and have a good one, guys.